Some time after he left the Hall of the Glowing Heart, Sir Constant found a man sitting by the wayside. This man saluted him courteously, and when his greeting was returned, rose to walk with him. Then the knight knew him. "Surely I saw thee yesterday at the house of Amycus," he said. "Even so," answered the squire, "sent by my lord with a greeting. I stayed among the guests to see the renowned Sir Felix, but I left full early, having need to return." They went on together, and in a little he began to speak more of Sir Felix. "He is young to have gained so much honour," he said. "For me it is age and honour that go fitly together, and I doubt if glories earned so soon will wear well." Now the mood of the knight was still upon Sir Constant, and he said nothing in rebuke. Moreover, he was still silent when the squire and Green said much more of the same temper, for this evil talk found some echo in his own heart. Thus it was that the company of the stranger did not displease him, and they continued together until they came to the end of the squire's journey. There a gate and a broad walk led to a strong castle. "Here is my lord's hold," he said, "and I entreat thee to come in and rest. Though not himself a knight of the Splendid Way, he holds that order in great esteem, and is never weary of entertaining its members. But see, my lord comes down to meet us." The squire's master was a knight of stern bearing, and of great power. He wore a sword as one who could use it well, and a shirt of ringed mail beneath a surcoat, which bore the emblem of a red wolf clasping a dagger. Yet, despite his stern attire, he was most gracious in his greeting. "My poor house is ever open to a knight of the way," he said. "Too seldom I have the honour of giving them shelter. Yet it is but morning, and it would be no kindness to delay thy journey. Therefore my servant brings a cup of wine to cheer thee on the road." The servant came with a silver cup upon a salver, and Sir Constant could not forbear to drink. He found the wine full pleasant to the taste, and knew not that it was called adulation potion, to mislead and confuse the mind. And while he drank, the Knight of the Wolf questioned his squire. "Didst give my greetings to the noble Amycus, and saw you there the famed Sir Felix?" "I gave my lord's greeting," said the squire, "and I saw Sir Felix in the chamber." "And how seemed he? As noble and valiant as they say of him?" "He is a noble young knight," said the squire, "yet to me it seemed that some men win honours with wondrous ease." "Ah," said the Knight of the Wolf, "it is even as I thought. When is favour fairly given, and who can prove that this knight ever fought so valiantly? I would find by any wayside virtue and merit as great as his, but by some hap it has no city to govern." He smiled as he spoke, and Sir Constant found the words as pleasant as the wine. So when the Knight of the Wolf desired his company further, he could not well refuse. "Here is a wood in my park," he said, "with a broad and shady path that presently comes back to the road again. It will afford thee quiet and ease and shade, and we will see thee on thy way in safety." He opened the gate and showed the path, and Sir Constant, being thus constrained, went within. Nor was the promise vain, for the wood was cool and shady indeed. The Knight of the Wolf walked closely at his side, as friendly as might be, while the squire followed them, and ever as they went the talk was of the same temper, lauding those whose merit was greater than the world was aware. "And as for battles," said the knight warmly, "tell me if this Sir Felix ever had such a fight as that of thine in the palace of Sir Joyous." Sir Constant heard this deadly talk and suffered it, partly through the potency of the wine he had taken. Thus it came about that he did not see how the path, instead of coming back to the road, wound away into darker and still darker depths of the wood, till thickets grew close on either side, and the trees met overhead. Moreover, it went steadily downward, leaving behind the pure air and sunlight, and the breezes that blow freely on the uplands of the Splendid Way. And ever the Knight of the Wolf, conversing pleasantly, held close to his side, and the squire came stealthily behind. All of a sudden the path came to an end, and this at a sombre glade, where stood a grim and frowning castle. Its walls were dark, its mighty gates stern as prison bars. No beam of sunlight might pierce its narrow casements, or play along its deserted battlements. for no sun could ever overcome the screen of mournful trees that overshadow it, and there was no laughter of children or converse of men to break the spell of silence and gloom. Never shall man gaze on a stronghold so charged with menace and despair. Sir Constant started in his surprise and stayed his steps, but his guide, still smiling, took him by the arm. "Fear nothing, Sir Constant," he said mockingly. "Here dwell two good brothers of mine, who love the silence of the wood, but never fail to welcome a guest. Right gladly will they give thee hospitality. See, they come." Out from the door of the hold, that grim, forbidding portal, came two knights clad in weighty mail from head to foot, their faces hidden within their helms, shields upon their arms and drawn swords in their hands. One wore armor of stone grey, and the emblem upon his shield was a strange emblem as of dungeon bars. The other was clad in raven black, and the emblem upon his shield was a crouching leopard. Nor had Sir Constant need to look twice to know his most deadly foe. "Ho, Sir Constant!" cried the Black Knight. "Do we meet so soon? Here is warm welcome from these good brothers of mine. Wilt thou surrender thy sword, or shall it be battle first?" No more was needed to drive away the fumes of the wine, and to rise our knight to the doomful truth. "Oh, fool that I was," he said in his heart, "to heed those lying voices and so be led to ruin." So swiftly he closed his visor and sought his sword, yet not too swiftly, for there was another hand upon the hilt, the hand of that cunning squire who had crept up stealthily to pluck the weapon from its sheath. But Constant gave a cry of wrath, and with his mailed hand struck the knave so lusty a blow that he fell and lay, his dagger ringing upon the stones, and his false tongue silenced forever. Then the knight sprang back and dressed his shield, and drew his sword, the three foes before him, and so began that great fight in the Wood of Beasts, a battle whose scars he should bear to the last day of his journey.